Every beautiful home in this world is always filled with love, laughter, care and affection. Hello everyone and welcome to Dream Home Season 7 powered by Johnson Tiles, co-presented by ACC Cements, Prayag, HPL Wires and Asset Homes. Before moving on, let me welcome our wonderful panel of judges, Ms. Sudha and Mr. Jibo John. So on today's episode, we present before you Shalu Manzil from Malappuram. So judges all ready? Let's take a look.
What's up family, I'm your host Dinesh Karthik and welcome to a brand new episode of Dream Home Season 7. We are at Shalu Manzil house in Kortikal, Malappuram district. This is a 3,600 square foot property with 5 bedrooms. I can't wait to show it to you. Let's check it out. Now let's get into the landscape of things. As you can see, we've got lots and lots of trees all around. We have lots of plants, lots of greenery, and it is pretty windy in this area, which is great, obviously, because you want to keep a little bit cool, especially living in Kerala. We've got lots of pavement all the way throughout the entire front. We have a garage shed to my right and also a full garage to my left. A little swing set for the kids. Let's take a look at the inside now. Now this is the sit-out area. As you can see, we've got granite flooring. We also have a granite area to my left where you can sit down if there's no chairs around. Right behind me we have a wooden door and wooden windows. We've got cladding around the sides, plants. Now standing over here, one thing that I can definitely note is because of the Vastu, we have lots of airflow circulation coming in directly to this area. Now that's definitely something important in Kerala. Now, let's take and welcome into the house. Right now we are in the living room. Right below me we have a granite floor. Right above me we have the false ceiling. It's very beautifully designed. We have some interesting paintings and all that stuff all around. We have a textured wall paint all around this side only. It's more of like an accent wall, if you will. And we have obviously the sofas. Interesting windows to my left. We are in the family living room. As you can see, we have the TV area to my left. It has the wooden paneling all around with some pebbles right below it for design. We have the granite floors right below me. A window pretty large right behind me. It's great for lighting and obviously airflow. We have a fall ceiling right above me, this beautiful gypsum board headboard right behind the bed. We have a small little workout area right in front of me. The dressing area is also to the side, and right behind that is the bathroom. the dining room. As you can see, it's very long, it's very spacious. Now above me we have two separate false ceilings. Right below me we have that granite flooring, lots of windows, great for lighting, and probably the most interesting and my favorite part is the television. Have you ever wondered or hoped that you could just have your dinner and watch TV at the same time? We are in the kitchen. As you can see, we have lots of granite tops, granite flooring, and we have these beautiful red cabinets. They're completely wood, and backsplash tiles all around. Now let's take a look at the next room. And that, my friends, was the magic of Shalu Manzil house in Cortical. I'm your host, Danish Karthik. Thank you guys so much for joining with us on this episode. I will see you next time.
ഇവിടുത്തെ പ്രത്യേകത എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഈ സിറ്റ് ഔട്ട് തന്നെയാണ്. നല്ല കാറ്റും വെളിച്ചമുള്ള സിറ്റ് ഔട്ട് തന്നെയാണ്. എല്ലാം കണ്ടംപററി ഡിസൈനിലാണ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളത്. 5 ബെഡ്റൂമും ഡൈനിങ് പാൻട്രി എന്നിങ്ങനെയാണുള്ളത്. നല്ല സ്പേഷ്യസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഡൈനിങ് ഏരിയ ആണ് ഇവിടുത്തെ ഏറ്റവും നല്ല പ്രത്യേകത. ഡൈനിങ് ഭക്ഷണം കഴിക്കുന്നതോടുകൂടി ടി വി കാണാനും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഒന്ന് റിലാക്സ് ചെയ്യാനും കൂടിയിട്ടാണ് ഇത്രയും നല്ല സ്പേഷ്യസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു സ്പേസ് കൊടുത്തിട്ടുള്ളത്.
Both of the judges would be having 100 marks each, wherein this 100 marks is again subdivided into 10 different aspects, which includes exteriors, interiors, decor and lighting, landscaping, kitchen, bathroom, flooring, wardrobe, painting and value for money. Now moving on with the judgments, starting with exterior.
This house is a house that looks like one among many others. So there's really nothing stunning or something unique about it. Few things, it's sitting well within its space basically because there's a lot of yard, so it doesn't push into another person's, into the view. It just stays subtly behind. So that's good because basically the roof forms feel a little traditional, and it's a grey and white, but it has a very traditional look about it. A small problem that I thought was the fact that when you can see the building full front elevation. The facade as such can be visible, it's clearly visible, but then you find that the first floor windows are darker and the ground floor windows are lighter. Probably the use of teak, there is a trend among Keralites who want to use teak in windows that are seen on the ground floor. So then, and you don't want to do anything else to the teak, you just polish it, so it tends to look yellowish. But then windows that are not teak tends to get painted, so two totally different colors. I don't know why it needs to be done, but it's done most of the time. That's probably what made the difference in colors. But otherwise it's a state of run-of-the-mill kind of elevation. It's not something that is standing out or unique. Simple shades of colors, grey and white, along with the tiles are okay, so I'll go for a 6.
6 out of 10, Mr. Chippu.
I think what Sudha said is right. Actually, there is a tendency among most of the Malayalis to go for a teak wood door in the front area and then go for any other kind of wood. That is all right, provided we are willing to actually make the wood color same. Here, that contrast is very evident in the exterior, which actually makes you, feel like that is not done rightly. There are two colored windows when you straight look into the house itself, so that spoils the whole effect. Beyond that, there is nothing that is quite new or innovative in the exteriors which we can see in this house. Even the carport's roof, I think that is gone slightly up, maybe keeping it with the roof form above. There is a chance or tendency to get wet if it's on the wrong side, that is towards the rainy side of the, it basically depends on the orientation of the house. I'll give it 5.5.
5.5 out of 10. Interiors.
Interiors, I would say a little disappointing, basically because of the use of, I guess it all starts with the floor. The floor being a dark granite tends to give a very warm, cozy kind of feel, and when the space is not as big as it is, it has to be really big for you to be able to pull off a really dark granite. But having a normal sized room and you put a dark granite flooring is going to shrink in the size of the room. Then the use of dark wooden colors along with a few contrasting walls and contrast to the extent of red being brought in, say 2 portions of a side wall of a room, is going to bring the whole effect, it is going to dull down the whole effect. And the use of, okay, they've tried to use a few pergolas, few designs, patterns on the ceilings, but then again there is no color coordination there. You see a blue colored ceiling light over the dining room, maybe a yellow colored one on the other side. So overall a lot of things has been done, but I don't know if it has all been thought about in a single span, in the sense that the overall thinking is not there, just that okay, this wall looks good, paint it red, fine. So whether the wood goes with it, whether the sofa matches with it has not been thought about much. So I'll give it a 5.5.
5.5 out of 10, Mr. Jibbo.
Yeah, I think the interiors basically what it lacks is the use of too much of darker elements. The flooring is dark, the wood color is dark, the whatever furniture or whatever furnishing is used, all is dark. Even the highlighter walls are dark. Predominantly what I feel is, when you use so much of dark colors in smaller rooms, it tends to make the room smaller, it tends to give that small negative feel when you enter the space. See, if it's an airport lobby or a big massive area, it is fine to use all these darker flooring, but otherwise all these darker floorings, maybe it will last long, but it doesn't suit the space that actually that we are living in, that is kind of a house. I'll give it 5.5.
5.5 out of 10. Decor and lighting.
The same things, I think I should just say that the decor and lighting again has not been thought about in the full context of the house by itself, with the amount of light coming in through the windows and the lighting that is there. It feels a little dark, and also areas have been segmented out. There are some pillars that have been treated individually as a part of the dining come the kitchenette or the open kitchen that was there. The pillars have been treated individually with a sort of border below and as a pillar, but it could have very well molded along with the wall so that you don't see the contrast, or maybe it was intended, I don't know, but overall I'll give it a 5.
5 out of 10, Mr. Jibbo.
Decor, basically the curtains, the sofa covers, polka dotted curtains, it is all heavy. It is actually not giving you the right feel. So it actually, I think you lose track on what you are trying to do, in the sense that the spaces are not very clearly defined also. So the colors used and the lighting also, I think those are not matching up to the standards which we expect out of a house. I'll give it 5.5.
5.5 out of 10. Landscaping.
Landscaping is kept to a minimum, has plenty of tiles of course for the driveway and the pathway, and the parking is all there. The tall trees have been kept mercifully, so it sort of shades off portions of the house, which is nice, gives it a soft look. The standard detail, what we used to have as earlier, we used to have a hedge boundary between the planting area and the paving area. That has been kept there, which sort of stops your vision from going any further. So, whatever planting you do onto the other side really does not matter, because it is not going to be seen because of the hedge border that is standing, and here the hedge border is pretty high. So, I do not know what kind of a landscaping they are intending in the future also, but I would give it a 5.
5 out of 10, Mr. Jibbo.
Landscaping is right now not very much, it's absent basically, but I think they are planting something at the, it has not come up yet. The paving dominates the total yardscaping right now. I'll give it a 6.
6 out of 10. Kitchen.
The kitchen again, the whole, I think the entire theme itself is like, it's getting dark and darker. So then kitchen again is dark, basically the dark granite, the red cabinets that have been used. It's only a small portion that the white has been used. I wish it was the other way, then you'd find a lot of brightness within the kitchen. That is 80% white cabinets and 20% red would have been so much better in a situation like this. But it's gone the other way, and the tiles also not really congruent. So I'll go for a 5.
5 out of 10, Mr. Jibbo.
My opinions are also the same. It's all dark, so there is no contrast. Even they have used the bright orange red color in the wall cabinets and darker granite topping. So it's all dark and it's not giving that ambience. I'll go for 5.
5 out of 10. Bathroom.
Bathroom is slightly brighter and more cheerful, as you would see it, thanks to the orange colored tile with the light cream walls. But then again, there are some issues. I think it's not been planned in such a way, or they're yet to fix in the accessories to the bathrooms where you keep your toiletries and other things. Those are still sitting on the windowsill. So a little more planning needs to go into it. I'll take a 5.
5 out of 10, Mr. Jibbo.
Same, 5.
5 out of 10. Flooring.
That's what we've been talking about. I think the first little non-congruent thing that happens in this house, or the first thing that you see here, would be the flooring, which is taken as a dark granite. So that actually tilted the scale to the other side. It didn't really work very well. So I'll go for a 5.
5 out of 10, Mr. Jibbo.
Yeah, flooring is primarily one of the reasons for this slight confusion in the total planning. I think if the flooring was so dark, they should have gone for complete light elements on all the other things. But here it's the same thing being repeated on the walls also. So flooring also comes as a negative thing. I'll go for 5.
Again, 5 out of 10. Wardrobe.
Here again, I guess it all comes down to that little floor, that single item called flooring, because the wardrobes are kept dark. Invariably wood tends to become dark unless you use a very, very light wood like say beech wood or balsa or some such thing. But wardrobe here is kept really dark, totally dark, and alongside you have thick green curtains. So again the decor is slightly not balanced. So I'll go for a 5.
5 out of 10, Mr. Jibbo.
I'll go for 5.5. Wardrobe is okay, but the only thing is that the combination it has to go with, that is not come out right. I'll go for 5.5.
So it's 5.5 out of 10. Paintings.
White is a predominant color, so that part of it is fine, but the highlights used are pretty dark, very red. Highlights have been used. Red is obviously a color that they've tried to use throughout the kitchens also. Cabinets are also red. But then the colors that you see along with the painting, the polka dots, the orange colors, the colors used on the tiles, all that put together doesn't really work well. So I'll go for a 5.
5 out of 10, Mr. Jibbo.
I think in this house the most brighter portion might be the kids' room, because we can see some lighter colors. All the other rooms are predominantly darker in tone. I'll go for 5.
5 out of 10. Value for money.
I've spent a bit of money, but I think it could have been a lot better. So I go for a 5.
5 out of 10, Mr. Jibbo?
5.5.
5.5 out of 10. So the total marks given by Mr. Das 51.5 and by Mr. Jibbo 53.5, which makes a total of 105 out of 200. So with this, we are winding up today's episode. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, this is Archana Ravi and the entire team of Dream Home Season 7, powered by Johnson Tiles, co-presented by ACC Cements, Prayag, HPL Wires and Asset Home. Signing off. Tata.